Woke up to some good news this morning. Got my fancy mug out for it. This morning, Electronic Arts and Lucasfilm announced 3 new Star Wars games coming from Respawn Entertainment. Respawn was responsible for 2019's Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order, which is one of my favorite Star Wars stories, let alone games. So this sounds like great news to me, especially because one of those new games announced is the next game in the Star Wars Jedi franchise, along with a new first-person shooter from Paul Hirschman and a strategy game from Respawn and BitReactor. I am easily most excited by the news of more Star Wars Jedi. The sequel has been unofficially confirmed for a long time after it was mentioned in an investor's call, but as far as I can tell, this is the first we've publicly heard anything about it. The announcement says, game director Stig Asmussen and his team at the studio are already working on the next game in the action-adventure Star Wars Jedi series. I'm glad to hear this has been in production for some time, which isn't surprising. I hope development began shortly after the first game's release. There have been rumors swirling around that we'll actually get to see something from this game soon, maybe on May 4th, and that it could release this year. I'm not getting my hopes up there, but Star Wars Jedi 2 could be on the horizon. I still have plenty of questions about the sequel. Is it going to continue the story of Cal Kestis and the crew of the Stinger Mantis, or will we move on to a new character and a new story? I'd honestly be happy with both options. Fallen Order had what felt like a complete story with options to expand. I loved just about the entire cast, and I think following them makes sense, but I don't mind the idea of an anthology series at all, with each game following a different Jedi in the Star Wars universe. But let's look at the other 2 games announced. The Star Wars Jedi team is joined by 2 new teams working to deliver additional unique Star Wars gameplay experiences across multiple genres. Leading the development of Respawn's all-new Star Wars first-person shooter game is Peter Hirschman, game director at Respawn, who has a long and accomplished history with the Star Wars franchise. Hirschman actually used to work at LucasArts as VP of Development, and he served as executive producer on the original Star Wars Battlefront games, so that's exciting. Personally, I'm not huge into first-person shooters. Third-person action-adventure games like Fallen Order or Uncharted are my favorite genre, but I'll certainly give any Star Wars game a chance, and I do like Respawn's shooters. Titanfall and Apex are both fun, so hopefully they can deliver something with that kind of energy. Hirschman said, "Working with Lucasfilm games on a new FPS in the Star Wars galaxy is a dream come true for me, as this is a story I have always wanted to tell. So hopefully that means we'll be seeing a new single-player story campaign included in the shooter along with some fun multiplayer." The third title is a Star Wars strategy game developed through a production collaboration with the newly formed studio BitReactor, helmed by games industry veteran Greg Forch. Respawn will produce the new Star Wars strategy game, while BitReactor leads on the development of the title. Forge is known for the XCOM games, and I know absolutely nothing about that franchise, but I do like real-time strategy games. I'm not huge into the genre, but I grew up with StarCraft and Command & Conquer, and Battle for Middle-earth 2 is one of my favorite games ever. Partially because you can summon the Balrog. I mean, who doesn't want to do that? Maybe we'll be able to summon Purrgil in the new game. I know Star Wars has had some RTS games in the past, like Empire at War, but I never really got into them. What I mostly love about this announcement is the variety. 3 new games are on the way, and they're all different. That's been the most frustrating part of Star Wars gaming these past few years, is that new games were few and far between, and if you weren't a fan of them, you're just out of luck. I think there are now 5 Star Wars games in development, all of them looking different, and that's not including stuff that's about to be released, like the LEGO Skywalker Saga and Hunters, or remakes like the Knights of the Old Republic. There's a lot of variety in the pipeline for Star Wars gaming, and I love that. But now seems like a good time for me to go replay Fallen Order. Again, I am so psyched to have an official word on the sequel, but what are you most excited about? Let me know in the comments. If you haven't already, please like this video, subscribe to the channel, follow us on TikTok, Twitter, and Instagram, and consider checking out our Patreon page. As always, thanks for watching, and may the Force be with you.